Hello everyone, welcome back for another huge media haul. Just came back from the bargain bins, a ton of stuff. We're going to start off with all the DVDs, a ton of Blu-rays today, which is nice, and some great book finds, a little bit of everything. A good morning. Overall, fantastic. And starting with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, found a few of the box sets. These are the really nice ones, the first DVD editions, the big fold-out cases, seasons 1, 4, 6, and 7. These, I think, they take up the most amount of space as far as the individual season releases, but I always really like these for this era of TV. So these are beautiful box sets. It's really cool to find a lot of seasons of that. Then we have Cobra Kai, seasons 1 and 2. The complete first season of Chuck. Season 2 of Fringe. And season 3 of The Cosby Show. So a bunch of seasons, and then getting into all the individual DVDs. First up, a decent little selection of superhero stuff. A bunch of Marvel, Captain America, The First Avenger, Winter Soldier, First Thor, The Avengers, Avengers Age of Ultron, Black Panther, and a multi-disc, I think it's a 4-disc set of X1 and 2, the first two of the X-Men movies. Each one of them is those 2-disc editions with all those extra features. Steve McQueen, 2 different Lewis Black stand-up specials. So a lot of good stuff for some collections, like lots of things. Stargate, the original movie, the Ultimate Edition, and then the 2 SG-1 movies, The Ark of Truth, which is really the finale of the series, and then Continuum. All with their slipcovers too, which is really nice, because those are pretty collectible. The Boogeyman 5 movie collection, An American Haunting, a sealed copy of Night of the Living Dead, classic movie. I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, which is, I guess, is a third one, and I've never heard of this before. The first one is for my age group of fun, kind of like Halloween or like summer. You get together with friends, kind of classic movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and like all those people that were kind of cool when I was a teen. And then there's, of course, the second one, I Still Know What You Did. I never knew there was a third one, and who the heck are these people? You know, at this point, it's like there's no original people, but weird. Never knew there was a third one of those. 28 Days Later, Something Wicked, Venomous, Shrooms, which I believe is a horror comedy, because it says Blair Witch on Acid. So I guess it's people get high and maybe hallucinate horrifying stuff, I don't know. Warm Bodies, The Craft, Look Who's Talking Now, and then here we have Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking 2, so the Look Who's Talking trilogy. I thought these were all terrible. I've seen all 3 of these because they were just kind of like ones my family rented, I think once each, as they were coming out, because Look Who's Talking was pretty popular, the first one, and I thought they were all terrible, but they did well enough to get 3 of them. Yeah, just one of those weird things. And then we have Pray for Rock and Roll, Fox and the Hound 2 movie collection. An animated Christmas classic, we have The Flintstones Christmas Carol. A Pure Flix triple feature, The Book of Esther, The Apostle Peter and the Last Supper, and The Book of Ruth. So like a 3-movie Christian collection. The Vice, The Hateful Eight, The Cell, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, Bridesmaids, K-Pax, Underworld Evolution, the Karate Kid remake with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan, 12 Years a Slave, Titanic, Cecil B. DeMille's The Greatest Show on Earth, Shutter Island, The Jerk, Black Mass, a DC Comics original animated movie, we have Batman, Return of the Caped Crusaders, Office Space, A PBS home video, The Natural History of the Chicken. Gods and Generals. All Quiet on the Western Front. The Iron Giant. Underworld, Rise of the Lycans. Avatar. 2 copies, one sealed, one open, of the George C. Scott Christmas Carol. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Monsters, Inc. 47 Ronin. The 2-disc special edition of Peter Jackson's King Kong. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Matilda. Hidden Figures. Men in Black 3. That's a good double feature with Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile. National Geographic, Super Croc. Princess Bride. The Jungle Book, the new CG/live-action monstrosity one. Urban Cowboy. A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. Another National Geographic, Dinosaur Hunters. Fifth Element. A VeggieTales double feature, An Easter Carol and Very Silly Songs. The Accountant. And one random toy find from the 70s, an old Mickey Mouse, one of these push-up puppets, those puppets that you push and they basically just kind of flop over, depending on how you push them. Just kind of randomly sitting there in the bin. Then on Blu-ray, actually a decent little stack of Blu-ray. Don't find Blu-ray quite as often as just tons and tons of DVDs, but that's good stuff today too. Gone in 60 Seconds, Straight Outta Compton, Muppets Most Wanted, the deluxe edition of The Year Without Santa Claus with the slipcover and everything, Oblivion, A Quiet Place, 2-movie collection. This one's sealed. It's Quiet Place 1 and 2, Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, another one of these, Jurassic World, found a couple of those recently, Saving Mr. Banks. This collector's edition, this is really cool, of Dr. Zhivago. This is a beautiful set. This is a digibook set. It has both the DVD and the Blu-ray, and then a nice little booklet, and there are all kinds of pictures and information. So that was a nice find. Then we have George Balanchine's The Nutcracker, the New York City Ballet. So that's a nice ballet disc. One 4K, which is interesting. I don't ever find 4K really in the bins, once in a blue moon. The 4K 25th anniversary edition of A Few Good Men. One that I was excited to find that's a keeper for us. The standalone release of the Best of Both Worlds Blu-ray. This is the one has a bunch of special features and then is edited together, so it's kind of like a missing movie. They did that with most of the 2-parters for TNG and released them on Blu-ray. And I have this, but I have it in the Picard collection set, so I don't have it individually. But someone, a really nice viewer of the Star Trek channel, gave me a while ago a bunch of slipcovers they had, for some of these releases, and one of them was the slipcover for the individual release of Best of Both Worlds, and I just have it in the box set. So now I have found it without the slipcover, and I have that slipcover. So thanks to that guy, I can stick it in here, and I have the individual release. But that was a great find. It was actually one of the first things I found, so it started off in a really good mood, kind of excited today. Now moving on to VHS finds, and then a bunch of good book finds. One double preview cassette from 1992. It has The Pope Must Diet and Two Evil Eyes. So a double preview cassette. That was actually kind of interesting find. I love finding kind of oddity type stuff. Star Trek 4. A sealed copy of Captain's Courageous. European Vacation. This is a really funny movie that Amanda found for me last year. I guess it was Whoopi Goldberg and Burglar. That was actually a really goofy, funny movie. Sealed copy of A Christmas Story, one of those that it wasn't sealed, would not be worth your time, but hey, sealed. That'll go around probably on Christmas time more likely. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. George Carlin Live, Jammin' in New York. And this is great. Any kind of really old Disney clamshell stuff is cool. This Golden Oldies. That was a fun find. I love that old kind of era of Disney releases. And I got really excited and was digging through the bins there's gotta be more, but there was not one beta something totally not exciting, but just the fact that it was beta. It is, I've never heard of this before, but The Chosen. But hey, it's Betamax, and Betamax is like, you never see beta here. It doesn't exist. So I was really, really happy to find one beta. So that'll go up in the store, not for me, but just seeing a beta, it's like seeing a unicorn. Like around here, it's like just, they don't exist. And for books, starting off with a nice stack of Animorphs. These are the kind of things, Animorphs, Goosebumps, any of the ones that I was reading in elementary school, that era. If you can find a good selection of them, they will always do well. There's a lot of nostalgia for that era of Scholastic type stuff. So a bunch of Animorphs, and then a handful of the Guardians ones. I kept looking through the bins, trying to find more, but I'll just kind of hold on to them for a while, I think, until I find more. 1, 6, 9, and 10, so just a few of those, but I was really excited about all those Animorphs. That was a good grab. A few volumes of Horatio Hornblower, which is important if you're a Star Trek fan. One of the things that was one of the influences Gene Roddenberry had for Star Trek. We have Flying Colors, Hornblower, and the Atropos, and Admiral Hornblower in the West Indies. So a few of those Horatio Hornblowers from a certain collection. There are probably a bunch more in there. I couldn't find them though, if there were any. This Philippa Gregory Order of Darkness. This was good just because it was a 3-volume set. It's huge, but a 3-volume set. That was a good find. The Shannara Chronicles, Men Cry in the Dark, Miss You Most of All, Sexuality in Wicca and Neo-Paganism, He Bear, She Bear, some Alan Dean Foster sci-fi with Nor Crystal Tears, some Stephen King, Eye of the Dragon, and End of Watch, Girl with No Past, some Carrie Vaughn. We have Kitty's House of Horrors and Kitty Raises Hell, Lifeblood, The Secret Keeper, some more Alan Dean Foster. This one we have Spellsinger, The Winner's Curse and The Winner's Crime, Savaged Soul, a couple of Berenstain Bears, Count Their Blessings, and one of the classics in my book, The Berenstain Bears and the Bad Dream. 101 Dalmatians, one old Disney Little Golden book, Mickey Meets the Giant, and a collector's edition storybook of The Prince of Egypt, tie into the movie. And lastly, just 2 random music finds. There really wasn't a lot. There were a bunch of CDs there, but they were all in terrible condition. So we have Stevie Wonder, Conversation Piece, and Vanessa Williams' Greatest Hits, the first 10 years. So just 2 kind of random cassettes. That's all there really was in the as far as music, but another very successful morning, great trip out. It was actually a lot of fun, a lot of great stuff, and yeah, just little things like, just that was cool. Happy to add this to the collection because I have that slipcover sitting there, and you know, I have this in a box set, but I have it individually, put that slipcover on it, and that'll be really cool. So some great finds, a surprise with some of the stuff, and man, I found a beta. It's just, it's like nothing, and it's not for me, but just, it's one of those rarities. It's always fun whenever you see old formats that you don't see a whole lot, you know, beta, laserdisc, VHD, you know, CD, whatever. That's always great. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys the next time I do another one of these videos. Lots of stuff that's been, you know, coming up if you've missed, and some great pickups, some interesting things, and I just finished Sandland, so if you are curious what I thought of that game, that video should be up around the same time as this one as well.